Myself Raghunath Reddy, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of EEE, the Anand Sagar College of Engineering. Today I am explaining and demonstrating about the experiment of Wien-Bridge oscillator and RC phase shift oscillator, how the oscillations are generated and without giving an input signal, and based on the op-amp circuits, and these oscillators are used in the audio amplifiers. Now I am going to demonstrating first of all the Wien-Bridge oscillator. If you want to know about how the Wien-Bridge oscillator is going to working, and the Wien-Bridge oscillator gain, it should be the gain, it should be the 3 always, and based on that the values are designed. Now I'll show the circuit, and you can easily understand about how the circuit is connected and how the oscillations are produced in the Wien-Bridge. This is a circuit diagram of a Wien-Bridge oscillator. In the Wien-Bridge oscillator, this is we are giving non-inverting mode. The input, the feedback signal is provided to the non-inverting amplifier, and then the circuit, the two combinations we have used. One is the series combination, another one is a parallel combination to provide oscillations, and here there is no phase shift in the amplifier, and when what purpose these are connected, when R is equal to Xc, means R is equal to Xc in the sense at the resonance condition the oscillations are producing R and C values both are same, and R value we are taking here R value, R value, this R and this are in the same values, and C and C values are same values, and then we are designing and we are keeping the value inserted DRPV1, and approximately how to calculate this DRPV1, and always the gain of is always 3. The gain formula is 1 plus DRP1. See here, the DRP1 means the feedback resistance. The feedback resistance and input resistance means it is a DR6. Okay, the DR6 value is a fixed one. It is a 15K. Okay, this is a theoretical calculation. 1 plus we need to calculate the DRP1. Okay, why I am taking the DRP1 here? D is in the circuit D, RP is the variable resistance, and 1 is the first resistance we have used here, the 15K, and 3 is the gain compulsory. If you want to produce the sustained oscillations in the Wien-Bridge, the gain value is compulsory, the 3, and then what is the DRP1 value? Approximately you will get 2 into 15K, nothing but the 30K. See, this is a theoretical value. To produce oscillations in a circuit, we have to insert the 30K value, and then the series and the parallel combination. See, this is a series and parallel combination. Capacitor value will choose 0.1 microfarads, and R value we will choose 1 kilo ohm. Okay, see, we can choose many values also, but where the oscillations are produced, clearly I'll indicate it. See, approximate value of DRP1 means feedback resistance is 30K, and this 1K and this 1K values, and where the oscillations are produced we will see. Okay, now this is a circuit we have connected for the Wien-Bridge oscillator. Okay, as per the circuit diagram we have connected the Wien-Bridge oscillator. Here we have used 3 decade resistance boxes and 2 capacitance boxes, and one is combination of a series and another one is a combination is parallel. You know how to connect the series and parallel combination of RC. Okay, one thing I will show you here, how the series connection and parallel connection. See, black knob and black knob is connected, and red knob is connected. These two terminals we have connected across the DR91 and DR92. Okay, in the circuit. Similarly, for a series connection, these two are series connection. You know, the series connection means black knob, red knob, and the one more is connected to the PCB boards, and these are the connections. Already in the previous video we have explained in detail how to connect. So this is simple connections how you made. See, the connections have been done here. We have to insert designed values, and we are taking as a series combination, parallel combination R1, R2 and C1, C2 values, 1K and 1K and 0.1 microfarads, and based on the calculation, the DRPM means feedback resistance values, approximately the 30K we have inserted. Now we will see where the perfect oscillations are produced in a circuit. Now it's already the values are fixed. Now I am going to bring a power supply to the kit, and we can observe the output waveform in CRO. Okay, you can observe here clearly the oscillations are produced. Okay, now if I am not inserted the proper values or design values, so suppose the 30K if I am not inserted, what happens? You can observe the variations here. See, there is no oscillations are produced if I change the values, insert of design values. See, if I increase that, the waveform you are not getting properly. See, there is not perfect sinusoidal waveform, many oscillations. See, this is a feedback resistance value variation. When you produce the, if you give the exact value, the design proper value, see theoretical value, I am getting the 30K, but practically if you give the 37 kilo ohms of a DRP1, then only the oscillations are producing. Now for example, coming back to the to producing of a series combination, parallel combination, see it is already inserted the value of 0.1 microfarads and 1K. Suppose if I vary the values, see anyone choose as a series combination or parallel combination, first I will change the resistance value. See, you can observe the variation. See, I have changed, and the variations, oscillations, it will not produce the sinusoidal. Okay, now if you want to produce a perfect oscillations, we have to insert a proper value. See, 1K, and by variation of a capacitance in the parallel combination. See, we are not producing the oscillations. See, if you are not inserted the proper value. See, if you inserted the proper value only, see what value I have given, 0.1 plus 0.1 plus means 0.14. The R1 value is 1K and C1 value is 0.14 microfarads at this R1, for example. And if you take R2 values, see C1, C2 values, see this is 0.1 microfarads at exactly, see at exactly the 0.1 value. See our C2 value is 0.1 microfarads. Okay, and what about the R2 value? See, R2 value I have given 1K. Okay, 2K I have given. See, 1K if I give, I will not get oscillation. See, R2 is 2K. See, at this particular values, I am getting a sustained oscillation, the perfect oscillations of the output. See that we have to balance it. Suppose if you series combination value is more, and we have to change the value of parallel combination. The parallel combination value is high, the series combination. See, always it's balancing we have to do to produce a sustained oscillation. See, what is the magnitude of the sustained oscillations? We can see the magnitude of sustained oscillations. If you calculate the scale, 2 and then the voltage division is 10, means approximately the voltage is producing here 20 volts. Okay, 10 into 2. Okay, 20 volts of the output, and magnitude we are going to producing. Then if you want to measure the frequency, see how to measure the frequency, what is the frequency range. See, first we have to calculate the time period, and straight away we can take here the time period is 0.5 milliseconds. If you want to convert into the frequency, 1 by 0.5 milliseconds means into 10 to the power of minus 3, 10 divided by 5 into 10 cube, that much in terms of kilohertz frequency. 2 kilohertz frequency can be obtained for the sustained oscillations. Okay, and we have a similar rule like where the frequency can be calculated, and based on if you want to vary the frequency ranges and the capacitor values and DRP1 values, we have to change. This is for a Wien bridge oscillation. See, only at particular instant or particular designed values. See, the designing means for approximately for that one. Practically maybe a lot of effects can be takes place, like op-amp characteristics and the value on the what the values can be experienced from the kit we have to take care for to obtaining of sustained oscillations in the oscillator. Suppose that to obtain sustained oscillations by using of a op amps. Okay, that's all about the Wien bridge oscillator, and in the next we will discuss about the RC phase shift oscillator. Thank you. Myself Raghunath Reddy, working as assistant professor in electrical and electronics engineering, Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering. Now I am demonstrating about the RC phase shift oscillator. It's a continuation of Wien bridge oscillator. Now the difference between the Wien bridge and RC phase shift oscillator. In the Wien bridge oscillator we will not get any phase shift, but in a RC phase shift oscillator we can get the phase difference. Suppose we are doing a R and C values in a cascaded connection, and each cascade connection, each R and C network, we are getting a 60 degrees phase difference, and total the 3 cascades, 3 combinations we are using, and we will get 180 degrees phase shift. And we are using a inverting configuration. In the inverting configuration, inverting amplifier, the input signal, it will be amplified and it will be getting the phase shift of 180 degrees. Totally we will get in the RC phase shift oscillator 360 degrees phase shift will get, or the 0 degrees. Okay, we can observe here in each common point at R and C network for a cascaded connection we can observe 60 degrees phase shift also. Now I'll show the circuit diagram, and we can easily understand what type of connections we did in the circuit. This is a circuit diagram for a RC phase shift oscillator. We have to design insert the proper values of DRP2, means in the D circuit it is a variable resistance value, and we have to calculate the feedback resistance value. How we have to calculate the feedback resistance value, I'll show the calculation. And also here we are using the three capacitor decayed capacitance boxes, and where at one particular point we will get the sustained oscillations. Okay, and we have to observe where we are getting the sustained oscillations. For that we should know what are the values we can insert based on the fixed values. 1k we have already used in the circuit. Those are the fixed values, and based on the calculations, and what is the feedback factor for the RC phase shift is 29. 1 by 29 is the feedback factor. And now I'll show in the calculation part. See, to calculating the feedback factor for the gain is the gain formula is dRP2 divided by, this is a dR1. dR1, the value is mentioned 10 kilo ohm. We need to calculate this. Now the gain value is how much we are going to getting the feedback. The gain factor is 29, and dRP2 is a variable value 10k. Then the approximate value for the dRP2 is 290 kilo ohms. It is the approximate value, and we are choosing the R1 value, R2 and R3 are the same. It is a 1 kilo ohm, and C1, C2 and C3. By adjusting this, and we have to produce that sustained oscillations. Okay, and how we are getting the sustained oscillations, I'll be demonstrating on the circuit, and we can observe. And this is the connections we did, and what connections we did here according to the circuit diagram. The cascaded connections we did, one is R values are fixed on the board, and C values we have used. Okay, C values we have used, and to view the output, and we are connecting the CRO, and we are already we are not kept the values of decayed capacitance box. Now for randomly, I'll select the capacitor as 0.1 microfarads or 0.1 microfarads. I'll get it, and we will see whether the oscillations it will be produced or not. We will see in the manual, and I'm going to switch on in the power supply. Okay, once if we switch on the supply, it will be on, and then we will get the oscillations are not producing. You can observe this CRO, and we are not getting any oscillations. Now to getting the oscillations, what we have to do, R1 is fixed, and now the gain values we have to insert, and the gain value is according to the theoretical calculation, it is a 290 kilo ohm. but approximately we will keep it to the 300, 300 I kept. And then for oscillations, whether I am getting the oscillations or not, we will see now. See the capacitor values, what I told you, right? The capacitor values I should keep at vary 0.1. See here also I am not getting any oscillations. For this, I am varying the values, but still the oscillations are not producing. See, we have to select a proper C values. See, properly we are getting the oscillations. Yes, these are the variations. Oscillations. See, at what value I have obtained the oscillations for C1? It is C1 is 0.04 microfarads. See, here also I am getting oscillations. See, sustained oscillations where at minimum point I will take. Okay. See, minimum point I am getting the oscillations. See, minimum point. These are the minimum point of oscillations. The C1 value 0.2 microfarads. Here the C1 value is 0.2 microfarads, and C2 is 0.01, 0.02, and C2 is 0.01 microfarads, and C3 value is 0.02 microfarads. Actually we will get the oscillations for C2 also. I will change it to the 0.2 microfarad. There also I am getting the oscillations. C1, C2 and then C3 values all are same, and but at this point and the gain value, see, if you want to observe the frequency variations, we can observe the gain also. See, this is a gain value. See, much variations, so you are not getting in the gain, and see, if you want to get the variations, see, then much variations are not getting. At that particular point we are getting the gain resistance. At the gain resistance DRP1 practically we have inserted 300 kilo ohm. Okay. This is a sustained oscillations we have maintained, and then we have to note down the magnitude. Suppose if we observe the magnitude of the waveform, then from how much you are getting? 2 into 10, and the voltage of the magnitude we are getting 20 volts. Okay, and now if you want to observe the phase shift here at each and every cascaded connection, I have used one more channel to observe the whether I am getting a phase shift or not. We can observe. I'll keep it in a dual mode. Okay, I'll keep it in a dual mode, and again I can observe the output, the scope. I can observe a DC1, DC2, and then DC3. Okay, the DC1 how I can do DC1. See, you can observe DC1 and DC2. See, this is the oscillations I am getting. The phase shift you can observe, and then one more DC2. This is a DC1. And DC2, and this is a DC3. Okay, at each phase there is a 60 degrees phase shift you can obtain. Otherwise, the common point where the R and C is connected, that point. See, this is a point DC1, DC2 and then DCT. There is a 60 degrees, 60 degrees phase shift you can obtain. Okay, this is an important aspect. We can observe the phase shift angle and we can calculate the frequency also by we can calculate the frequency also by using a formula F. How much of frequency of oscillations? Theoretically 1 by 2 pi RC root 6 R. Based selecting that frequency is a theoretical and then practical also you can observe it. Okay, these are the experiment of the RC phase shift oscillator. This can be application of oscillators we can use in the audio amplifiers. Okay, we have to understand about these are the basic oscillators by using of a op amp, how you are going to producing the oscillations, means nothing but sustained oscillations and with the magnitude of the output, in which and RC phase shift practically demonstrated and has been explained. Okay, thank you for understanding.